Hello, I don't know what the fuck happened there. We back online? Yeah. What happened to the previous stream? I had no idea. Hello, Shala. It said I was still going on my end, but then I look on my phone and it's like it said the stream wasn't even live anymore. I went, what? I have no idea what happened. Like, that was so weird. We are so back. That was strange. Strange. As soon as I start moving windows, everything gets janky. Janky. Gremlin on a cable. Yeah, no, it's just my computer, probably. It's good. It looks cute so far. Thank you. It's a very much copied. There's this video game. It's called The Darkest Tales. YouTube and streaming software don't always get along together. That's true. Oh, I meant to start adding Twitch to this as well. I just don't know if my computer can handle it. I have a Twitch profile. I just never used it, other than like watching Fillion. Where's my pen? Where is my... Oh, there's my pen. Thing is, I don't know if I'm working on this right now, or if I'm gonna work on my other little comic. Actually, yeah, I'll do my other little comic. That'll be more fun for you guys. Desktop. There it is. So Jimmy Carter finally died. He was 100. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now we have a shitload more layers, but that's because I'm using a template that comes with the program. So most of these layers are templates. Yeah, this is another little comic that I'm doing about cute stuff my boyfriend does. Just to give you guys a little backstory on this. My boyfriend does this really cute thing where, like, when we're just sitting next to each other, he's playing his... As you can see, he's playing his computer, which is him on his desk right here, and I'm on my phone watching YouTube or Discord or whatever, like I'm usually doing. And he'll just sit there and all of a sudden just pop out with, "You're beautiful," talking to me. And I had started this thing where I just responded with, "I'm a potato." And he used to get really mad at me, and he'd be like, "I don't like it when you put yourself down like that. Like, don't say that about my girlfriend." And that's why he's angry here in this panel, because he thinks I'm putting myself down. And at one point, one day, I just looked at him, I'm like, "No, boyfriend, I say it because it's fun to say. Like, just say it." We'll tend to all of his peanuts. Jesus. So I told him one day, I was like, "No, I just say it because it's fun to say. Like, just say it. I'm a potato." Like, you gotta stretch out the O. So then he sat there and went, "I'm a potato." Okay, that is fun. So that's the backstory behind this, because it's just become a thing now. And now he'll just be like, "You're beautiful," and I'm like, "I'm a potato." And then he'll say various things like, "I'm the most beautiful potato," or "I'm a princess potato." It's cute and it's stupid, but I love it. I don't even know what fucking I'm on here. Eee. Insert some random ass pic, usually of her cat. Where are you? She's awake and wants attention. She's got this. Oh god, what are you? What layer are you? Oh, is that because I copied and pasted you? It is because I copied and pasted you. Okay, I gotta merge these layers then. I'm gonna be all confused if I don't. And this is how I keep my active layers down, because I just merge the ones that I'm actually, like, done with into one layer. So now all my, like, concept sort of thought process line work is all in one layer. I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Velcro in my weed! Myself in a very precarious position here. And you guys probably heard none of that because my fucking mic was on the ground. Insert some random cursage from the depths of the 7th layer of hell. Jesus. I mean, why am I not surprised, Cinnamons? It's you. Whee! That's too close. Closer than I needed to be. I don't know which panel I want to work on, though. That's the problem. I never work on these panels in order. I'm gonna do this one, because I want to. This sounds like some Subway Surfers music. Forced my girlfriend to listen to Brain Rot before, Courtney. I'm not shocked in the slightest. Yo, where's my brushes? There's my brushes. Not that one. I don't know. Brushes. What's this one? Maybe? No. Sorry, I gotta figure out which brush I'm even using. I don't have a whole lot of them. Ooh, I think I like that. Do that? No, I usually use. It's anxiety. This one. No, this one. Thank you. If there's Spanish words, you can kill me. That's so morbid. That's way too big. You're not actually centered. What happened to the music? Thank you. There. There we go. That's much better. She hasn't been on in 2 days. Is she dead? Those are way too round. You guys get to see my process. This is intimidating. Hey, Moose. Have I seen Wicked yet? No, I haven't. That's right. I go out and then that way. I don't know if these are. Oh, these are gonna be shit, aren't they? Oh, those are way too big. No, but she's grounded and I'm concerned. Oh, so she's probably grounded off of her devices. It's like the first thing you take. I don't know if I'm gonna like this either. Actually, I kind of like those. Yeah. Oh, you need to... I'll fix that in a minute. See it? I don't have anybody to watch it with yet because the boyfriend is not interested, which is perfectly fine. I watched it and got the book as a Christmas gift. That's cool. She's been using a different computer. Cinnamons! Chill. Chill. It is more than likely not that deep. Ah! Shit, this is where I need the fucking... I need the stabilizer off for this part. Why did the Muzak stop? Who else is watching Courtney and working on a project of your own? How the hell do you manage that? I'm surprised I can figure out talking while I'm doing this right now, because I'm usually pretty bad at that. I rely heavily on presets. Oh, no, why is that so cute? Oh, I love that. What's wrong with caring about the cat? I'm confused. Wait, what? What happened to my music? The reason she's grounded because she doesn't have empathy and she cares more about the cat. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's sweet. She doesn't have empathy. Oh, okay, right. No, fair, fair, fair. My bad, Cinnamons. But that's what wellness checks are for. If you're actually concerned about somebody, that is what welfare checks are, wellness checks are for. Just saying. Literally, legitimately, if you're concerned and you have no other way of checking on somebody and you're that concerned, that is exactly what a wellness check is for. It's just to make sure somebody is okay. But that's such a weird thing to say. Like, you don't have empathy, you care more about the cat than, like, what, people? And I'm sorry, is that you care more about the cat than you care about me? And is that a control thing that's happening? Like, I want you to bend to my will and succumb to the pressure I'm putting on you, so now I'm gonna make you feel guilty that you don't care enough about me? It's just, that sounds like a narcissistic tactic. No, apparently she's on a different computer, but I mean, I wish I had words that could help Cinnamons. I really did. I really do. Yeah, I mean, I had it off. Sorry, I'm staring at my own picture here, and I'm like, wait, does that work? And it's like, no, wait, yeah, I had it off center a second ago in my initial sketch. There's just planning out the panels. Last time she's been talking to me, she's been horrible. The wellness check is doing the opposite. Well, the thing is, all a wellness check can do is make sure somebody's alive and unharmed and not in a situation where they're being harmed. I'm not saying that means that, like, the job is being done, but it's kind of the only tool you have at your disposal. And there is also the fact of, like, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So, like, where they're initially not doing anything at first, the more you complain, the more likely they are to take it seriously, or at the least properly look into it to, at the very least, shut you up. As much as that sounds like shit, it's just, life is not always great, to be honest. Well, she may just be going through something, and she may just need to have to work through it on her own at the moment. And she'll probably come to you when she's ready. I mean, you guys have a pretty open communication. I don't like that at all. Not that you guys have open communication. I meant the hair floof. That's better. Music, you suck. You keep cutting out on me. No, that's too high. That's too low. I have hair in my eyeball. I don't. Well, yeah, Rex. I mean, you're talking about like a person who lives in the States and a person who lives in Canada. So like if you call 911 from the States, you're gonna get your local police department. Like Cinnamons would have to go and call like their girlfriend's local police department, which would require the non-emergency line. So it's sort of a given, but to be honest, there are times when you can and should use 911 in terms of like a welfare check or a wellness check. Because like I don't know how many different true crime cases you guys have looked at, but like there's a lot of them where the victim goes missing, their family notices that they're not responding to things, they go to the house, they see something like blood, something that very much, or even a body, something that very much indicates that like some harm has come to the person in there, and they'll end up calling 911. But the way the cops are responding to that is a wellness check. So that is an instance where calling 911 for a wellness check is like what you should do. But for your general average run of the mill, I'm worried they might hurt themselves or somebody is hurting them, and I don't have any reason to believe that like they're in like fatal danger right this second. Then yeah, use the non-emergency line. No, that's okay, Rex. I know. It's not a bad piece of advice to point out, like just in general for like lots of people live near their partner, and it's a good thing to know if you live near your partners to, unless you see a body or a puddle of blood, don't use 911 for a wellness check. I get that, Cinnamons, I really do. Like I said, I wish I had more than just words of comfort, of menial comfort to offer. I really did. I really would, I really do, but I don't have advice in that situation. So sorry. What happened to the music? Look out, face. Coffee, you're in the way. Getting her the fuck out of Canada would be good for her, I don't know. I don't know. I could not say. I, for one, would absolutely never leave Canada, especially for the States, because I'm not leaving the free healthcare. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's a hell of a lot better than the States. Oh, I need that to be smaller. Smaller, please. But not everybody feels the same way about the healthcare that I do. I don't like that. I don't like that. Stopped in to say hi and leave it like, well, thank you, Tempo. It's very kind of you. Hello right back to you. No, no, no. Oh, right, right, right. I keep forgetting you're not in the States, dude. I don't I don't make a habit of like I don't know. I don't make a mental note to remember everybody's personal locations, to be quite honest. That's too much information for my brain to handle. What the fuck? I don't know if I'm happy with that. They look like worms. I mean, that's fair, Rex. I just I don't know. I left Nova Scotia at a very young age, so the idea of leaving my birthplace is pretty, what's the word I want to use? It's not an uncomfortable feeling for me. Like I was stoked to leave the first time I did, to be honest. I'm gonna go through and draw the little knees. Oh, no. What do you think about Canada becoming the 51st state? Trump apparently wants to make that happen. Trump apparently keeps trying to buy Denmark and it's or fucking Greenland or something, and Denmark's like, dude, it's not for fucking sale. Trump wanted to build a wall. What happened to that? Trump's got fucking dementia or some shit. I don't know what's wrong with that dude, and I frankly don't care, but he doesn't. I don't know if he realizes that, like, Canada doesn't actually own itself, okay? You know, we're still part of the British monarchy, right? We're still part of the British Commonwealth. That's why the Queen is on all of our fucking, all of our money. Like, there is no way that the British monarchy is selling anything to Trump. He can say shit about Trudeau all he wants. I know he's going around making jokes about Trudeau, but Trudeau's own country makes fucking jokes about him. Justin Trudeau's a fucking boob and we all know it. Like, Everything that comes out of Trump's mouth is just kind of like a guaranteed, like, not gonna happen thing, to be quite honest. There's a reason the dude can only win an election when he's running against a woman. Just saying. Like, you won against Hillary, you won against fucking Kamala, you lost against Biden. You lost against a dude with fucking Alzheimer's, I swear to God. Like, you can't, even a sick fucking man is preferable to you. The only time Americans choose otherwise is if you give them the prospect of a woman. It did just say we're the U.S.'s butt monkey, so never say never. Well, the thing is, Cosmic Persephone, like, we're in the States' back pocket. Yes, we always have been, because a lot of our funding does come from the States. That's been prevalent since, like, Stephen Harper was Prime Minister. Fucking, we went into the war in Afghanistan because the States told us to. States went into Afghanistan, and then they're like, hey, Canada, come help. And Stephen Harper went, how about no? And then, who was it? Bush. Bush at the time was like, okay, then we'll pull all of our funding from your country. And so Harper replied with, where would you like us to send the troops? 9 times out of 10, you know, the state, especially when it comes to, like, military operations, the state says jump, Canada asks how high. But they're never gonna just, like, they're not gonna turn us into a state. First of all, where in America do y'all have a single state that is the second biggest landmass in the fucking country? Or in the fucking world, sorry. Like, Canada is the largest country, the second largest country by landmass in the world. The only thing bigger is Russia. It's depressing the U.S. elected its first felon before it's elected its first woman. Trump is not the first felon. That's their first convicted felon. But I'm sorry, if you think any other U.S. president hasn't committed multiple felonies before they got into their presidency, you may be part of the cult of America. Like, electing federal criminals is literally what you guys do. And I say that with all the knowledge that my own country turned around and elected Justin Trudeau twice. So, like, my brother genuinely believes anything that comes out of conservative podcasts on Twitter, and he's 24. It's genuinely infuriating. Yeah, but his frontal lobe isn't finished developing. Something, something, no slinging iron. Mudslinging, no mudslinging. But we look the same, and both straight guys are in that status, though. Right, convicted felon, that's thanks for the correction. Right, because, I mean, you've also got Nixon, I am not a crook. And then you've got, I didn't inhale. No, you have, I didn't inhale, and I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Like, come on. Oh, so that dishonor does not go to Nixon? I think Nixon was convicted after his presidency. I'm pretty sure he was convicted after. Or was he even convicted? Oh, no. Okay, so, right, Nixon had to do with Watergate. He was going to be impeached, so he stepped down. I have to use the bathroom again, that's why I'm rocking back and forth. He stepped down, and then in all 48 people who were found guilty of Watergate-related war crimes, Nixon was pardoned by his vice president and successor, Gerald Ford. So he was like, hey, listen, buddy, Ford, listen, dude, come on. I'll step down. You get to be president, but you gotta pardon me. You gotta pardon me first, buddy. I'll be right back again.
Introducing Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. They're built with Meta AI, which helps you learn about the world around you. So you can ask, hey Meta, translate this menu. Or, hey Meta,
Don't get addicted to caffeine, kids.
all while staying in the moment. Plus, you can take hands-free photos, videos, send messages, make video calls, even play music.
Oh, Ben Shapiro is the cousin of... Oh my goodness. The cousin of the girl who played Matilda. I would be so embarrassed.
Right now, you're listening to all your music on shuffle mode.
Andrew Johnson, Clinton, and Trump are the only presidents who have been impeached. Nixon was almost impeached. Trump is the only one formally convicted. Yeah. But I mean, again, you still have I did not inhale and I am not a crook. Fucking. Then y'all fucking elected a goddamn actor. I don't know. Politics always make me laugh, to be quite honest. Oh, that's right. I threw that on the ground. Come here. Hey. Struggle. Sorry. I had to get my pen. It was on the ground. Oops. So, I've got a question for you guys in the chat. How do you guys feel about people like the Menendez brothers and Gypsy Rose Blanchard and like people who murder their abusers? Ah, son of a bitch. I'm curious what we all think about it. Because I got opinions, but I want to hear everybody else's opinion. He was previously the governor of California. Gee, so you're telling me an actor became the governor of California? That's not something I've ever heard of before. Get to the chopper. I don't like that at all. Menendez brothers and Gypsy Rose should all still be in prison. It's unfortunate I dealt with that kind of abuse, but murder's murder. Can't condone essentially vigilantes. There's nothing you can do. I can see why, but that's still murder and shit, you know. See, I've got mixed opinions. Frankly, and this might sound funny to some people. Oh wait, I don't know much about them. What's the level of abuse one's facing? If it's just verbal, justified if you serious don't arrest. So, anonymous, just to fill you in. So, the Menendez brothers. Are you really fucking running the toilet? You stupid thing. Did you fix that in a minute? The Menendez brothers are a pair of brothers, obviously, that grew up in a very affluential family. The Menendez family was very affluential, very connected, very wealthy. Their father had a lot of connections, very high up connections, and the what they said in their trial. Of course, it's impossible to prove, so this is quote unquote alleged, although I believe them. What the brothers said in their trial when they went to trial for shooting while they sat on the couch one night, they walked up behind their parents and they shot them both dead. And the reason they said they did this is because their father had been sexually abusing them for years, like a decade or so, like a long time, and their mother knew about it. And apparently they had tried to expose this man and get help many times. Did the stream freeze? Convinced a lot of doctors to do a lot of procedures on her, like remove her teeth, put in feeding tubes. She would shave her head and convince her and everyone else she had cancer. And she did this for like attention and monetary gain because they got houses and shit out of this. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta fix my toilet anyway. I don't know, I got no drop frames, so maybe you guys gotta refresh your pages. I'm not entirely sure. My stream says it's fine, it's excellent even. So, I was saying about Gypsy Rose. Um, so her mother medically abused her whole life, and Gypsy Rose claimed that her mother physically abused her as well, but because her mother is dead and this all happened when no one else was around, it can't be corroborated or proven, so that's also alleged. And I'm not sure if I believe Gypsy. And Gypsy Rose ended up convincing a guy she met online to come to her place and kill her mother for her. And then they took off, and then she got caught and found guilty and everything. Now she's out of prison. The man she convinced to come to her house and kill her mother for her, a man who's pretty autistic, Nicholas Godejohn, he's still in prison. He's not ever getting out. The Menendez brothers are still currently in prison, though they're up for retrial in January. Now, what was it? So Rex says again, my issue is just the precedent. Where's the line of abuse where murder becomes acceptable? And I understand that is a good point. It's a good point. Like what line of abuse is unacceptable? I understand where you're coming from with that, but I personally think that's the wrong metric to look at. I don't really see it as like what level of abuse warrants murder. I judge it more on a scale of what are your other options of escape? Oh, it's okay. Bon, welcome back. So, like, for the Menendez brothers, frankly, I have much more compassion, to be quite honest, for their situation and them feeling like they had no other choice, because their father was a very, very affluential man, very connected, very powerful, and very wealthy. So every time these kids, sorry, I dropped all my shit, threw it on the ground. I don't know where my lighter is. God damn it, I'm a mess. Oh, there it is. So every time these kids tried to get help or get out, they'd be brought back to their parents, and they're therefore their rapist and their abuser, and no alarm bells were ever rang because it was all swept under the rug. It's all hush hush, and we don't talk about it because this person's paid off and that person plays golf with his father, and the connections really do mean something there. So the way I look at it as, I can easily see how, two young boys, because they weren't kids, they weren't under the age of 18 when they did what they did, but they weren't adults either. Like, they were under 25. Let me see how old they were actually. Menendez brothers' age when convicted. So yeah, they were 21 and 18 when they did this and were convicted. So like, they were kids, all right? And they were kids who had been abused, like, and again, I'm saying this from the stance of this is my perspective, and I do believe what they said. These are like two kids, literally, only one who could legally drink at that point, um, who have been like abused sexually by their father for at least 10 years, their mother overlooking it, and every adult they ever went to just brings them right back to their abuser. Like, I can very easily see how two kids desperate in that situation to get the fuck out would just shoot them in the back of the head and leave. Like, I can easily see how that is their only option at that point because they have exhausted every other measure. Now, on the other hand, like the other example that I brought up, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, it's a little different because from my perspective, Gypsy Rose had a lot of other opportunities to get out from under, sorry, words, her mother's control and abuse. And I don't believe that murder was her only option. She may have felt like it at the time, but Gypsy Rose never, in all of her recountings of her stories, in all of her testimony, in all of her saying, this is what happened to me, she never once tried to get out. She never told the doctor when she was alone with them. She never tried to. She never called the cops. Like, she didn't do any of the things that the Menendez brothers, like, tried to do. She just went, hey, someone come kill my mom for me. And frankly, if you add in the fact that Gypsy Rose started talking to Nicholas Godejohn, and then she developed the idea to stab her mother to death, conveniently after learning about Nicholas Godejohn's murderous alter persona, because apparently the dude had DID, which very much just seemed like a very normal online trend of when you're young and in chat rooms. I totally have multiple personalities, and this one's also the bad girl, and blah, blah, blah. He had one that was dark and wanted murder and death, and then all of a sudden Gypsy goes, okay, well, fuck, kill my mom for me. Two, they were adults when they did, I believe. They could leave. No, Rex, they were, when they were convicted, they were 18 and 21. And I'm pretty sure, like, the trial took about a year. Oh, sorry. They were 18 and 21 when they were convicted of murdering their parents in 1989. And they were convicted in 1996. Like, that's 5 years after they did it. So that's that's a 13-year-old and and a fucking, what's 21 minus 5? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. That's a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. They weren't adults when they did it. They were literal children. Sorry, I get a little heated when it comes to Menendez brothers personally, because again, like, these are very important factors to me. Instead of just like, it's not necessarily the level of abuse, it's what are your other options of escape? Like, what are your means of getting away from this? And like, again, for like a 13 and a 16-year-old, They don't have many options. And if we're going to go a step further, it is fair to say the 16-year-old is far more well that these were two kids just desperate to get out, because the first thing they did when their parents were dead was to go to a basketball game. The first thing they did when they finally got rid of their abusers was to just go enjoy themselves for a day. Because the way I see it is because like that's half the reason they got caught is because or half the reason that they got convicted was because they were at a basketball game where one of the players the photo was shot for his player card, and they're in the background of that player card. And so like the very first thing that these guys did wasn't even try to cover up the murder basketball game, because they're like, hey, we can go out about like maybe getting because we came home after curfew. And then on the other side, you look at, in my opinion, you look at Gypsy Rose, who was 20. Oh, did I fucking go dark again? It says